Well, I think the most impressive thing about Melissa is that she's a person of action, not of words.
When you work with her on a board, she's enthusiastic, she follows up, she's one of those kind of behind the scenes, finds something that you might do well, touches you on the shoulder and gets you involved.
She's been highly regarded, not just in California, but throughout the country as a person who is solid, stable, who gives good advice, who is wonderful to be with and fun, but also a very hard worker, and she's very organized.
There's this reliable, responsible, lovely, quiet strength about her. She doesn't get in your face and push you to do something, but it's real hard to say no.
Well, she worked at the district level, first as a nominating committee and advisory committee, then becoming the district director for District 3.
And she has served as the secretary of the association as well.
She was on the state nominating committee, she held offices, she was the commissioner of research and publications. She has been one of the chair of the annual convention on more than one occasion, and is always great when she's doing that. And then she eventually became president.
She has been an incredible influence on the direction of the association, and the word that always comes to mind when you talk about Melissa is the fact that she was so inclusive and always reaching out to other districts. It was under her advice and tutelage that we reached out to students, to reach out to audiologists, reach out to other members. How do we get these people involved? What do we want to do? Let's go listen to them. How can we make the association a better place for them?
First on the board, I can't remember if Melissa was president-elect or president, but at that time it was very serious, and with the help of her friend Barbara Moore Brown, she brought some lightheartedness to the board and a lot more expression of openness to the board that was very welcomed at that particular time. And so one of the things they brought back was the Follies and the Cassia Follies, where we always had fun. And just to bring back the Follies, because we haven't had it for a few years, here's my rendition of Sunny from Sonny and Cher. And the beat goes on.
I don't know of anybody who puts out more energy, how she does this and her ASHA involvement on legislative council.
Melissa took on many different positions. She was on the Credentials Committee for the Legislative Council. She's recently been appointed to the Board of Ethics, which is a very prestigious appointment in ASHA.
She was very active in an association called CalSPAP, which is Speech Pathologists in Private Practice. And she also has been involved with the UOP Communication Disorders Alumni Association. I think she's been president of that. Melissa is one of the people who I think deserves this so much, because she has always been so supportive of the profession. She's a speech-language pathologist through and through, and she not only operates a thriving pediatric practice herself, but she supports everyone who is involved and touches them and reaches out to them.
Melissa has a very strong business sense, as well as being an exceptional clinician. She was able to, or is able to, look at what are the trends, what are the needs, what are the family needs, the children's needs, the needs of the field, so that she could design her business to meet those needs. So when school districts didn't know very much about augmentative communication, she went out and became an expert in augmentative communication so that she could provide those adjunct services to school districts.
As more and more young children would be diagnosed with autism, she made sure that her staff received really intense training and specialized methodologies that she believed in, not going with just kind of the demands of certain parents or certain other people, but really knowing what language meant for those kids.
When school districts have been facing shortages, Melissa has been instrumental in assisting school districts in terms of not only providing service providers, but as well as redesigning service delivery models and making those bridges.
The support that she gives her staff and the training and the supervision, you always feel confident that the kids' needs are going to be met, the parents are going to be happy, and the ed code requirements that the school district is worried about are going to be met. She is scrupulous about providing the supervision that young speech pathologists deserve and are required to have.
Melissa has been an excellent mentor for speech-language pathology students. Through her private practice, she has offered internships for students from 3 of the Northern California schools, in particular University of the Pacific, Cal State East Bay, and San Francisco State. She does an excellent job with her professional staff of getting these students involved in a CASH organization and encouraging them when they become professionals to take leadership roles within the state organization and even in the American Speech Language Hearing Association.
I just think that this is an award that is very, very deserved. I can't think of a person who has done more for the profession consistently, year after year after year.
And to have an award that stops and says, you are an individual who has contributed to the advancement of the profession is profoundly important. And Melissa, you are the best.